motorcade guarding the exiled Nicaraguan president arrived at 1633 Northview Drive shortly after 11 this morning. At the doorway, Somoza was greeted by family and friends. Then he went inside his new home. Reportedly, the general picked this house because it offers the best security. It is located on Sunset Island No. 1, purchased last year from the Archdiocese of Miami for over $500,000. It was the home of the late Archbishop Coleman Carroll. But this palatial estate is only one of many properties owned by Somoza in this area. In Coconut Grove's Yacht Harbor, the president's estranged wife, Hope Somoza, has use of 2 condominiums totaling an investment of over $200,000. Mrs. Somoza also is said to have an apartment in Key Colony at Key Biscayne. The former Nicaraguan leader also has property in Broward County, reportedly one of the largest homes in the area, valued at nearly $1 million. The Somoza family also has plenty of business interests in Dade. Central American Beef and Seafood Trading, a multi-million-dollar business, exports meat and seafood from Nicaragua. Somoza also has a substantial part in Lanica Airlines and Maminix Shipping Company, both traveling between Managua and Miami. So obviously, with the changes in Somoza's status with a Central American country, the operation of these businesses remains in doubt. Diana Gonzalez, Channel 4 News.
This is Ralph Rennick at the Sunset Island exile home of Anastasio Somoza, who resigned earlier today as president of Nicaragua. He's with me, and as you look back on this day, General, how do you reconstruct what happened? How did the richest and the most powerful man in that country lose control and have to resign?
First, let me say this. I never lost control of the country. However, I have been trained in the problem of logistics, and I was fighting a war which was not an equal war. The rebels were getting all the help free of charge from a lot of these Latin American countries, and I had to buy every munition that my country was spending, and we were getting down to the bottom of the barrel. So when I saw that the resolution of the Organization of the American States was no good, and it was a rubber band, that they could expand it and close it, I decided then that the best thing for my people would be to make a orderly retreat, which in terms of good English is a good settlement, so that there wouldn't be any more killing unnecessarily. And that made me make the decision to resign, and with that comply with the Organization of the American States wish, and I picked the biggest country in the world, the United States, as the interlocutor, so that they could bring about a ceasefire and a way of getting the country together so that soon we will have free elections.
How do you envision the quality of life in your country now, future?
I believe that unless there is a true and definite interest of the political parties to maintain the democratic principles that we have maintained, Nicaragua is going to be influenced tremendously by the communistic doctrine. And I don't say this without prejudice, because unluckily we lost 2 or 3 cities to the communists, and they established a communistic system where they supervised block by block of the city. They stopped the running of the legal tender of Nicaragua. They gave bonds for the food, which were not legalized.
General, let me just interrupt in conclusion here. Do you have any ill feeling toward the United States that the country didn't come more to your aid and give you military support, even though they've given you the exile here?
To the United States as a whole, I have no ill feeling. because I believe that the interest of the United States people is the same as the interest of the people of Nicaragua. However, there are people in your administration which feel that the administration of the Somozas are no good, and they're the ones who probably cause the most trouble.
Thank you very much, General Anastasio Somoza, speaking live from your home at Miami Beach. Good night, and may the good news be yours.
2 years.
I am not ashamed of telling you that I am Somoza. I ran the Liberal Party, but the people who are getting the Liberal Party are the communists. So I don't regret it, because it's out in the light that the communists are trying to take over Nicaragua.
What are your plans now, President Somoza?
My dear young lady, my plans are to keep on fighting for democracy in the way I can within the laws of the United States and within the laws of the countries.
Everyone asks, is he here to stay? President Somoza says he'll always have the desire to return to Nicaragua, but he's prepared to make his home permanently at 1633 Northview Drive. Diana Gonzalez, Channel 4 News, Sunset Island.
Yes, but they were not too concerned about Nicaragua.
What do you foresee in the immediate future for Nicaragua?
If the Sandinistas take over Nicaragua, we will foresee a Cuba.
That much. And U.S. officials were not concerned with this possibility at all.
In a way, they were, but they were not caring very much because I think they were trying to pressure me to resign.
So you think the U.S. officials have been successful as far as pushing you to resignation and not being able to fight an equal battle against your enemies?
Absolutely yes, because we've shown them the amount of munitions that the rebels got, and there was very little for them to do publicly.